question is all about the fourth trimester, which is a phrase that you may have read in baby magazines or some books. And the principle behind the fourth trimester is that some people feel that human babies are born just a little bit too early, a bit too soon. And the reason that they think that is that as a species we stood up, so our pelvises shrank and we started to walk, and we are the most intelligent mammal on earth, so therefore our brains are bigger than other mammals, and therefore to be able to actually give birth to a human baby they need to be a little bit smaller than maybe they're ready to be. This is also borne out of the fact that a human baby brain is 25% of its finished adult size, whereas a baby chimpanzee brain, which is our closest sort of genetic relative, is 43% of its given adult size. So baby humans have got a lot more growing to do. In fact, by the time that a baby is a year old, their brain has expanded to 60% of a human adult brain. So they've got an awful lot of growing that they do in that first year. So when they are first born, babies tend to use the most primitive part of their brain, okay, right in the sort of base of the spine there. And that deals with, effectively, safety, warmth and food, the most basic building blocks to survival. And anything and everything over and above that can really overwhelm a child and make them feel quite unsafe. And the only place where they will often feel safe is on mum or on dad for that first sort of 6 to 8 weeks of their lives. By the time they're starting to get used to what's going on around them, they then start to use this part of their brain here, which is their mammalian, their conscious, their knowledge, their reasoning, and also their mammalian skills, which is their social skills. And that ties in with the fact that around about 6 to 8 weeks of a baby's life, they will start to smile. And that is their very first social skill. And at this point, as parents, you can then start to sort of up the ante with the games, the activities, the interaction with other people, because you'll be sure that this child is beginning to get used to the environment around it with the new sights, the sounds, the smells, the clothes on its skin, and all the other things that these little ones have to get used to. They will need an awful lot of support to transition from being in the womb to being in the big wide world and feeling comfortable with it. And we are now, as parents, being told to parent instinctively and give your children a cuddle as much as you like. So for the first 6 to 8 weeks, if anyone sort of says to you, oh, I think, that baby's being a little bit manipulative, or it's got you wrapped around your little finger, please just be assured this baby doesn't have the brain capacity to form sort of good habits, let alone bad habits, and it certainly can't be manipulative. But from around about sort of 8 to 12 weeks, that's a really good time for this baby to start maybe sort of getting into a little bit of more structure or introducing some patterns or routines, because then they're developmentally ready for it. But up until that point, just cuddle them and support them as much as they need. So sometimes it's not easy working out what sort of activities you can do with a newborn. The activities that a parent or a carer needs to do obviously shouldn't be too overstimulating for them. So nice, gentle, calm, slow activities work best, but they are really good to do with newborns because it can help with their cognitive development. So for example, a great game to play with your little ones is just called moving the object. And what you do is you place an object in front of their face, normally around about 20 to 25 centimetres is where they focus best. You ensure that they've got their focus onto that object, and a really nice brightly coloured object is great to use for these things. And then slowly just move the object from left to right in front of baby's face, making sure that their eyes are tracking that object. And that will really help to strengthen their eye muscles and improve their eyesight. As your child gets a bit older, you can just move the object a bit further away and just make sure, like I said, that they are tracking it as it moves very gently and very slowly from left to right. As babies start to get a little bit older, they want to start sort of reaching their arms out, and letting your child pat your face and just run their hands over your face is a really lovely game for your babies to do. They love to explore what's going on, and they might even try and get your nose into their mouth, okay? But they love to see what's going on, and just letting your baby touch your face and explore the hair that you may have, and all of that really helps with the bonding and their understanding of what the human face is all about. In the same principle, it's a good idea to start them stroking nice and gently onto a soft toy. They get the texture on their skin, okay, but also it helps to start teaching them what gentle is all about as well, and how to respect pets and animals and just be careful with other people. So lots of sort of doing this sort of thing with nice soft toys of that can really help them understand what gentle actually means. So all of those sort of things can be really, really helpful just to start your cognitive development with your very, very little ones. Obviously as they get older we can extend it and have a bit more sort of, you know, interactive fun with them. So keep it nice and gentle in the meantime and just take it very, very slowly.